What's up, Grace Report? Happy Saturday, 1 minute. Happy Saturday, what is up? Had to clear my throat for a second. Sorry about that, guys. Matthew, what is up? I like what you said. This is 60 haunted minutes. Love that. Lisa Boo, what is up? Leonore, how's it going? Carol, Joanne, Lisa Boo said Project Metal Music says A up, Project Metal Music. Chris Barber, how's everyone doing today? We'll wait a few minutes for people to trickle in. How's your weekend going so far? Shiloh Toto, what's up? Emily Parkinson, how's it going? How's everyone's weekend going so far while we wait for people to come in? Did anyone see any cool movies over the weekend? I got a chance to see got a advance copy of A Quiet Place Day 1. I believe it doesn't come out on streaming, paid streaming, not on a streaming service, but on video on demand on July 28th. It was all right. If you guys are hankering to see it, I would wait till it's on a streaming. It's probably going to be on Paramount Plus. I would wait for it to come out on Paramount Plus. It was okay. The first two films were much better, in my opinion. And it was way cooler here today. It was in the upper 80s. Chris Barber goes, the Chili Peppers concert was great Thursday. That's super awesome. Glad you were able to see them. Always cool to see. Matthew goes, want to go see a movie, but would have to wait for next month, which is next week. Wait, Matthew, which movie do you want to go see? There's a few I have on my list, but I'm probably going to wait till they come on a streaming service. Matthew goes, Deadpool. I'm going to wait for streaming to see that one. Anyone else do anything interesting while we wait for people to trickle in before I get into the nitty gritty? Lisa Boo goes, Twisters would be good in theater. I heard that Bill Paxton's son is in it. Never. I wasn't a fan of the first one, so I'm not like really rushing to see it. I do know that if you guys have Netflix, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire is on there. I haven't seen it yet, but it is on there. Matthew, the only reason I'm kind of iffy about it because it's with Disney and I don't like Disney. That's the main reason. Gutter Girl, what is up? Matthew's waiting to buy Frozen Empire. That is cool. Oh, that's cool. Cool. While we wait for people to come in, Halloween, I guess I've been seeing this posted July and Halloween. Or Halloween in July. There you go. I said it backwards. I did see this article where there's this new popcorn bucket coming to Halloween Horror Nights for those of you that are going to go. Gutter Girl goes, I just saw the new Ghostbusters. It's so good. I haven't checked it out yet, Gutter Girl, but I saw that it's there. It is on my list. But it is on Netflix, guys. If you guys have Netflix and want to catch it, that's something you could watch this weekend if you're looking for something like horror related. So this is from Bloody Disgusting, the new Chucky popcorn bucket coming to Halloween Horror Nights this year. For those of you that are going, I sometimes go every year. I didn't go last year. Because after a while it's like the same. I felt like the last couple of years I went, it was like the same thing. But I do love going because it feels like I'm at home when I go there. So Universal Studios offered up a killer Chucky popcorn bucket at Halloween Horror Nights last year, and we're excited to exclusively report that a new version is on its way. So I believe it's pictured here. It looks pretty cool. I'm not into collecting popcorn buckets, but I know there's people that go crazy over them. The Bride of Chucky themed version of the Chucky popcorn bucket will debut this weekend at the Universal Products and Experience booth at Midsummer Scream. BD has learned this weekend is a huge weekend. San Diego Comic-Con is going out. Midsummer Scream. A horror convention is also going on. And then I also saw here in Los Angeles, K-Con is going on, which is a K-pop convention. So there's a lot of things that people are going to this weekend. The new animated popcorn bucket will be available at Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Orlando Resort, Universal Studios Hollywood, and Universal Studios Singapore. Additionally, a brand new Chucky tumbler will be available at Universal Studios during Halloween Horror Nights this year. Here's everything you need to know about both products. Halloween Horror Nights 2024 Chucky tumbler. That's kind of cool too. Make any beverage a bloody good one with this all-new Halloween Horror Nights 2024 Chucky tumbler inspired by the killer doll himself. The tumbler features a blood dripping effect that's sure to be a favorite for any fan of the iconic good guy. It is going to be $27. It's going to be at any Halloween Horror Nights, Universal Orlando Resort, and Universal Studios Hollywood. That's kind of a steep price, but no picture showing of it, so I'm not sure what it looks like. There's also, as I said, the popcorn bucket. Show your love for everyone's favorite killer doll with the Halloween Horror Nights 2024 popcorn bucket featuring glowing and blinking eyes, plus a stitched up look inspired by Bride of Chucky for an even scarier look than last year. You can speak to Chucky and he will talk back to you with new phrases as well. Oh, that's kind of cool. So if you guys are going to Halloween, oh, that's the cup. The cup looks kind of cool. I don't know if it's worth $27, but it looks cool. So if you guys are heading out to Halloween Horror Nights this year, check those out. The bucket, it's cool. I know people are going to go crazy because there's people that collect those buckets, apparently. So people, but that bucket to me, usually I don't pay, never mind to the buckets, but that bucket actually caught my attention. That's why I wanted to share it. Matthew goes, today we got hints live from Hasbro at SDCC for the next HasLab campaign, which should start in October, like the last two times, to find out what is actually is. I agree with you, Chris. It is kind of pricey, but I guess that's what you pay for something cool. I mean, it's cool. Something cool to splurge on. They also, if you guys are a fan of Mortal Kombat, I'm a fan of Mortal Kombat. I've always loved Mortal Kombat. If you're a fan of Mortal Kombat video games, they had released a trailer for the new Mortal Kombat, and Ghostface is one of the characters. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. You can play Ghostface. You could go finish him with Ghostface. So that's going to be kind of cool. As always, guys, before I forget, Skeleduck is somewhere in this background. Oh my God, I can't talk again today. Skeleduck is somewhere in this background. Just remind me and I reveal his location. For those of you that don't know who Skeleduck is, he is pictured, I was going to say listed. He's pictured in the upper right-hand corner. That is what he looks like. He is somewhere in this background. I move him every stream. I got the idea from D Nice. So just remind me because I will forget. I've done that a few times before I end the stream. Gutter Girl goes, Lisa, I love your picture on the video today. Thank you, Gutter Girl. I appreciate that. Thought I'd try something different. All right, guys, it's pretty much open topics today. Because I had a plethora of topics I wanted to share, but it didn't really have a theme to it. So we're gonna do this 60 minutes haunted style. I like how Matthew put it. So Carol, she had mentioned a story. If you guys have a story, feel free. It could be a video, it could be a story, it could be or article, it could be your own story. Go ahead and email me at graysonreport13@gmail.com. I have listed it on the banner. I'll keep it there for a minute. And I may share it on my next live stream. If you find something you think I may like, go ahead and send me it. Could be a video, like I said, could be a TikTok, could be an article, could be your own story, whatever it might be. If you don't want me to share it, just let me know and I won't share it. But for the most part, I'll try to share it. Carol had mentioned about the Mojave phone booth, which I had never heard of. It's kind of an interesting story. No, that's okay, Carol. It's kind of an interesting story, so I thought I would share it. So it's a Mojave phone booth here in San Bernardino County, California. I'm in LA County, but it's in the Mojave Desert. In the middle of the desert, miles from any human life, sat an anomalous payphone that still magically answered your calls. This article is a bit old. I believe they took it down already, but this is the story of how a desert icon became, against all odds, a point of convergence for the masses, bridging the gap between the real and digital worlds. It was the pure happenstance that a man by the name of Godfrey Daniels even discovered the Mojave phone booth's existence. A casual mention of a telephone deep in the middle of the desert, miles from any paved roads, accompanied by its number, caught his eye in a zine one evening. The concept, give me a second. The concept that a phone serving a mysterious clientele stood in the Mojave's moonscape, its ring echoing off into nothing, transfixed him. For over a month, he dialed the phone with increasing frequency. In his words, I was just imagining making a phone ring out where presumably no one could hear it except the coyotes. But then there was also in the back of your mind the thought, what if? Like, what if someone is wandering by? Who would be out there? Who would pick it up? Then, one day, against all odds, Daniels got a busy signal. In a frenzy, he called until the busy signal gave way to a ring and a woman answered on the other end, solving the mystery of for whom the phone rang. Lorene, a cinder miner who lived off the grid, used the stoic Mojave phone booth for her calls. Rather than ruining the mystery, Lorene's existence further delighted Daniels, providing crucial details to fuel his obsession. Now he knew the phone was real and he could visit it. The Mojave phone booth was located between Baker and Vegas at the turn of off for Sema, surrounded by Joshua trees in the middle of the Mojave National Preserve. In person, it was exactly as it had appeared in Daniel's fantasy, with the desert's unrelenting vastness expanding in every direction. He made a call from it to his friend, completing the cycle. But he didn't stop there. Daniels returned home and built a website dedicated to the Mojave phone booth, publishing its number 760-733-9969, so all the world could enjoy his findings. In 1997, this was the best thing the internet had ever seen. All of a sudden, people were making pilgrimages to the phone in the middle of nowhere, and the line rang off the hooks. Visitors would take turns answering phone calls from the farthest corners of the earth, having conversation with strangers when language barriers allowed. Unfortunately, the phone's unbridled popularity became its undoing. Heretofore, its location in the midst of the Mojave National Preserve had been a non issue for the National Park Service. The sudden increase in traffic, one of the earliest examples of a real world location going viral thanks to the internet, was a problem. One day in May of 2000, the Mojave phone booth was there. Then the next, it had been leveled, leaving only a concrete pad as a makeshift grave where that mysterious bridge between the digital and real worlds had once been. Admittedly, the payphone itself had always been an outlier in the world. The fact that it was a little too good to be true is what drew so many to it over the years. So, not long ago, a white hat hacker and freak by the name of, they spelled freak a different way, by the name of Jared Morgan, aka Lucky225, decided to resurrect the spirit of the Mojave phone booth. Anyone can now call the disembodied phone at its original number, where they will enter a conference call, much like calling the desert. Someone may be waiting on the other end, or the caller may find only the sound of their own voice echoing in a vast digital emptiness. Back in the real world, the physical booth itself remains gone, and even the concrete pads have been demolished. Nonetheless, a pilgrimage to the site of the former Mojave phone booth at the coordinates provided still seems honorable, giving its historic virality and continued disembodied existence out in the ether. For a fantastic podcast version of the story, check out this 99% invisible episode. So I believe this number still exists. So someone recreated this number. Though the phone booth is not here, the phone number still exists. I don't know who uses it, which is kind of crazy. But maybe one day I'll have a hankering to call it to see what's on the other side. But that's crazy. I would have just left it there, because that's like a you don't see phone booths anymore. Heather, whatever. What's up, Marley? How's it going? But that's a cool story. Thank you, Carol, for sharing it. I wish they didn't take it down. But unfortunately they did. Joanne says you should call it now. I can't. I mean, I guess I could call it on my phone, but watch, there's some serial killer on the other end. And thank you for gifting 5 memberships. Hearts for Anne, and welcome Marciana, Sarah, JC Porcu, and Eeyore Blues, and Dawn to the Wolf Pack. Hearts for Anne and all the new and returning Wolf Pack members. Thank you, Anne. I appreciate that. You are awesome, Anne. All right, my next article. I don't normally go into politics, but when I saw it, this is off the Daily Mail, and Daily Mail, I believe, is a UK tabloid site. But sometimes they have some cool stories. But this one caught my eye, and I kind of thought, I don't believe it for one bit. I even saw the video. There in this article, they basically think, thank you. Hold on. Janine Pasantes. I apologize if I'm butchering your name, but thank you for the super sticker of the super fitness pair. Hearts for Jan or Janine. I apologize if I'm butchering your name. I really do. Pasantes. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And I like your super sticker. It's cool. It's a super fitness pair. Thank you. I really appreciate that. So they think, in this, I can't believe I'm even talking about this because I think it's so outlandish. In this article, it's saying, and I will read the article, it's saying, and I will show it in a minute, it's saying that conspiracy theories are pushing the idea that aliens made an appearance at the attempted of former President Donald Trump. And like I said, I don't normally go into politics. I don't mention politics here. I'm more spooky, strange and unusual. I'll do aliens every once in a while. And this one, I think this one's really ridiculous, but I want to share it anyways. I did see the video. You said my name right. Oh, thank you. Because I don't mean to butcher it when I do. And like I said, it is on the Daily Mail. But it goes Guardian Angel theory links Trump's attempts to UFOs. Um, Again, conspiracy theories are pushing the idea that aliens made an appearance at the attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump. Yeah, I never thought aliens. So the fact that I'm seeing this article, I'm like, what? Footage from the Pennsylvania rally on July 13th appeared to capture unidentified flying objects soaring through the skies, and a disc-like object whizzed in the background of an American flag blowing in the wind shortly before pew-pews were fired, and another appeared like an orb as the Secret Service stormed the stage. Some social media users have proclaimed the UFOs as guardian angels who protected Trump from the pew-pews, which the former president corroborated in saying, "God saved me days after the rally." I think he had I'm more thinking a guardian angel. I'm not thinking aliens. I never thought aliens when this happened. A conventional explanation would be that the objects were drones surveying the area, but some reports have claimed there were no Secret Service drones flying at the time. It could also mean because the way technology is nowadays, somebody added it to the footage. I will show you when I finish the article, which I think is ugh. Trump was pew-pewed by Thomas Matthew Crooks, 20, a registered Republican who had also previously donated to Joe Biden. The GOP candidate was hit in the ear as he turned his head to speak to the crowds. Chaos ensued after the pew-pew rings out, and one person in the crowd was killed. Emily, thank you for gifting one membership. Welcome Lily Smith to the Wolf Pack. Hearts for Lily Smith, our new Wolfpack member, and Emily Parkinson. Thank you. Thank you, Emily. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be dead, Trump said during an interview with the New York Post. By luck or by God, many people are saying it is by God. I'm still here. I think he had a guardian angel on his side. I do not think this is aliens, but I wanted to share this because I couldn't believe what I'm reading or what I found. The moment of luck happened when Trump moved his head over so slightly, pulling himself out of the direct bull eyes of Crook's scope. Social media has since been a buzz about two videos capturing the mysterious objects, with some users claiming spectators at the rally said they saw a UFO briefly before and after the first pew-pew on Trump. One ex-user shared, UFOs are always at Trump's rallies protecting him, while other users are not sold on the idea that the objects were alien visitors, calling the claims god darn funny, which I think they are too. But a UAP expert has also weighed in on the clips, telling dailymail.com that the objects in question were most likely drones, birds, or a combination of both. They're saying there were no drones. I didn't think of drones. I don't think they would have drones during one of those things. I feel like that would be a security risk, but that I might be mistaken. But I'm more thinking someone added it in, like they edited in by what I saw. And I will show you the video after I finish reading. The objects are moving fast, and in close-ups you can see motion blur distorting the object's actual shape. Enigma's lab UAP advisor Alejandro Rojas told dailymail.com, events like these often have several drones filming. It is now being reported even the pew-pew had flown a drone in the area. The objects also move in a straight line without making any unusual movements. While we can't say for sure what they are consistent with many videos we get that turn out to be mundane objects. In addition to claims about UFOs, conspiracy theorists have also touched the notion that the pew-pewing was an inside job aimed at suppressing the truth about aliens. What? UFO filmmaker Mark Christopher Lee told the Daily Star this week, "It sounds a bit out there, but I do believe that the attempt may have been due to the fact that if elected president again, Trump will release the full truth about UFOs." Um, okay. I've never heard him say that. And I don't think UFOs is on people's minds about the country at this moment. I mean, people are fascinated with UFOs, but I think there's bigger fish to fry. I think he has more things in mind than UFOs. I don't know. That's just me. Lee also suggested some nefarious actors may have wanted to stop the former president from releasing information on an alleged affair between JFK and Marilyn Monroe. Um, Even if that happened, that's the past. So it's hard to know where to start with this one. I mean, if this got out, what difference would it make? This is the past. The past remains in the past. I, this is crazy. It's hard to know where to start with this one, but needless to say, there's no evidence to support any of these claims. Um, here's a picture of the alleged object that they're saying was seen in the video. They think it's a UFO, and they think a UFO protected Trump. Here's another still photo of another object that they think is also a UFO. Emily Parkson goes, "What the hell?" Yeah, that's what I was thinking when I saw this article. I was like, what? I agree, Matthew. It was just luck. Would say the same for everyone. He had a guardian angel on his side that day. He just happened to move his head and it at the right time. Panda Bear goes, "It looks like a drone." It could be. I don't know if they would allow drone. I would think like something like that. That's I mean, obviously this situation wasn't that secure because of what happened, but I would think that they wouldn't allow, because I know there's certain rules when it comes to drones. Like they don't allow you to fly them over certain things. I'm not sure about presidential campaigns. I'm not sure about that one, but I know there's some areas where you cannot fly drones. But it could be. It could be. Or I more think someone added it. But like maybe like it could be a drone. But I don't think it's UFOs at all. I really don't. But here's another steal of the what they think is a UFO as well. And then here is, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. Let me see. Oh, you'll be able to see it. Let me get through the ad first, guys. These pesky ads. So I guess something goes really fast across. But I honestly don't think. Heather Wetter goes, "I think they didn't do their job and protect the space and airspace." Panda Bear goes, "I mean, there was a drone a few hours before he got pew-pewed." Okay. Gunner Girl goes, "They refused several requests for a drone, but were denied. I think it was added too." Chris Barber goes, they fabbed the whole thing, if you ask me. Panda Bear goes, "That was fast, but I'm 50-50 on everything." Emily goes, "Supposedly the TMC flew a drone over the area before, so maybe that's it." But it looks like, according to that footage, it's during the during his speech. It's during the rally. There you go. Fubar. Leonore, what is up? I think they added that in after. It may have been a drone perfectly. I don't think it was aliens at all. I think it was just the look of the draw that he happened to move his head. Um he had something watching over him. So I don't think he has alien guardian angels or anything like that. I can't believe I saw that article that there's people that actually think aliens are protecting Trump, but to each his own. Panda Bear goes, some think it's the Pew Pew guy that had that drone, but it's iffy. Matthew goes, it was added in. I think it was added in too. Heather, whatever says the Pew Pewer flew a drone over it the day before. So maybe it could have been. I know, but I feel like because of like the strict regulations that they do have with drones, because I was looking into getting a drone and I saw that I was like, oh my god, you have to have a license for this. For certain things, you do have to have a license. And there's some areas that you cannot fly the drone over. And I was like, oh dude, this is too complicated. Like, I don't want to. Plus, I feel like too, it's an expensive piece of machinery, and if I get one, I'll crash it and break it the first time I get it. That's why I was like, no. But I feel like they wouldn't have one during one of those. I don't know. As a security thing. But obviously that day wasn't super secure, but that's my take on it. Panda Bear goes, everything is too high. And then with technology nowadays, it's so easy to screen grab that video and add it in too as well. So, but they had some guy analyze it too, according to that article. So, Tyranna, what is up? Matthew goes, you can fly a drone anywhere that isn't government property. All right. I do know there's like some of this. I think there's a state park. I know like the city of Pasadena has like rules here in California on drones, because I remember reading like different cities have different regulations when it comes to those things. And airports. I did hear about the airports. But I know different cities have different regulations, so it's always good to check what those regulations are before flying a drone. Lisa Boo goes, restricted airspace in some areas. Heather Whatever also said you can't fly in airspace in certain places. So it could be, it could not be, but I definitely do not think it was the divine intervention of aliens. Though I want to believe that they are coming here, and I hope to one day, I really do. I'm like one of those people that I want to see a UFO. I have never had I've never seen one. I do believe in life on other planets, but I'm still going to be skeptical when it comes to that. Lisa Boo goes, I don't think aliens were involved. Panda Bear goes, I don't think that either. Panda Bear also has said, I've never seen an alien, but it would be nice. It would be. Like, then I'd be like, oh my God, like, there's, that's what I've been searching for. Heather Whatever goes, I saw a drone before I ever heard of pirate people having them over my road returning from a run in 1993, possibly. I think, well, back then they weren't as common. I think they're common more now. Kids actually have drones nowadays. And I've seen drones. I've seen drones in the sky. I've been on the freeway and I see and I go, that has to be a drone because that's like too small. But I've seen one like while I was driving home at night because I saw the little blinking light and I go, that's not a plane because it's too low. Carol thinks it was added in. Carol has 4 drones. I wanted to get one, but like I said earlier, I think I would destroy it within the first 2 minutes of having it. And goes, if I'm an alien that saved President Trump, what does that mean? Heather, whatever goes, I would be afraid to crash one. Me too, unless I got like a really cheap one to practice on. That's what I always thought of doing. Panda Bear goes, I've never had one, but they are pricey. Like for a very good for a good drone. I mean, you could get some cheap ones. Shit, you could get one for like $20 if you go to like AliExpress or one of those places. I don't know what the quality of them are, but who cares if you're practicing, right? Chris Barber goes, baby, he's an alien. Panda Bear said, I think some are around 50K, I think, but I may be wrong. Those are probably for like the big professional ones. I wouldn't put it past it. All right, do you remember that woman that married a ghost and then divorced him because he was cheating on her with Marilyn Monroe? Matthew goes, people have RC airplane for decades before drones. I know my dad used to fly RC planes. Actually, I have a few of them here. My stepmom gave them to me, and I do have a few of them here. Well, they're off to the side here, and then I have a few. I have 2 in my room that I brought in because they were World War II planes, and I love World War II planes. Heather, whatever goes, pay alimony, ghosty, fork it over. Well, she is back in the news. I'm not sure if I read this one. There's 2 articles. She's back in the news. No, she didn't marry another ghost. But according to this article, she is swearing off men and she's becoming a full-time nun. I'm not sure if this popped up on my feed and it said it was pretty recent, so I don't think I mentioned this. A woman, so this is Brocade. She married a ghost. And yes, you heard right. A woman who made headlines after marrying a ghost has revealed she is now swearing off men altogether and becoming a nun after famously divorcing the ghoul earlier this year. Brocard, a singer and songwriter from Oxfordshire, fell in love with Eduardo, the ghost of a Victorian soldier, in late 2021 after he appeared in her home. But after a rocky marriage marred with cheating allegations and him often ghosting her for days on end, dude, girl, he's a ghost. Brocard, 40, called it quits, having an exorcism to rid herself of the spirit. After trying to move on and being plagued by Eduardo, haunting and stalking her using bizarre disguises, she has now decided to ditch love altogether and become a nun, taking a vow of celibacy. She just keeps getting crazy and crazier. The singer says the revelation came to her after she realized her troublesome ex didn't seem able to pester her while she was in church. I'm at my wits' end, Brocade told needtoknow.co.uk. Eduardo blew up the TV when he saw our wedding on Google Box. He won't go anywhere near churches or priests, so I'm hoping he's scared of nuns also. He hated the thought of me dating real men, so perhaps he will be content and finally rest in peace if I turn to God and a life of abstinence. At least he won't feel threatened by other men as he hates me dating. If I get rid of Eduardo, then I will be a blessing. It will be a blessing in disguise. Leonardo goes, what? Now a nun? Panda Bear, I agree with you. Isn't it what ghosts do? Exactly. Hun, she's a ghost. Or he's a ghost. What do you expect? Heather, whatever goes, swearing off invisible dead guys. They are bad listeners. Chris Barbie goes, this chick is messed up. The only question, if I ever had a chance to interview her, is like, why? Like, what made you want to marry a ghost? I just cannot fathom the idea of marriage. I don't know. I just cannot fathom it. I mean, I did do a stream about there are actual countries that actually do ghost marriages so that the spirit can have a better life in the afterlife type of thing, which I agree with. I totally understand, but this is something else. I don't know how I'll cope with no sex. I'm a very passionate person. I'm not sure praying will be a suitable substitute. I'm also a bit concerned about being confined to one location. I'm a bit of a free spirit, and I'm not sure how nuns feel about foreign holidays or cocktails by the ocean. I guess I'll be the naughty nun who's sipping wine under the altar. The former couple married last November, but things scoured within months, and Brocade had an exorcism to end their marriage. Since then, Eduardo has been stalking her, driving her to the life of abstinence. She said, becoming a nun is really my final bid to free myself. If this doesn't work, then I do not know what I will do. Until she commits to a life in the convent, Brocade is focusing on her work as a singer-songwriter and has released a post-divorce tune, Just Another Anthem. Brocade added, I feel now it's the time for me to focus on my singing and songwriting. Eduardo has provided me with a ton of inspiration, so that's something to thank him for. Like I had said in previous posts, Brocade is like a kind of like she's an artist. So I feel like this is all a publicity stunt kind of to get her brand out in public by doing something crazy. But I don't know if I want to be known as the woman that married a ghost. It is, Gunner Girl. It is weird. Carol goes, she sounds like she's falling farther off the rocker. Yeah, I mean, what she now claims she has psychic abilities because of it. She left him because he was cheating on her with Marilyn Monroe, and Marilyn Monroe was at their wedding. I think she still has her wedding ceremony up on her Instagram. If you guys want to just search Brocade, I think her wedding is still on her Instagram. I haven't checked in a while. She was on an episode of Yes for the Dress or something like that. Say yes to the dress. Which if you're familiar with that show, it's where, people who are going to get married pick their perfect dress. So she was on it, and she did mention she was marrying a ghost. I didn't see the episode. I just saw the host's reaction to it. But yeah. And then she got a like a possessed clown. That was her latest venture. Wendy, what is up? Panda Bear goes, when you have a ghost attached to you, it opens yourself up. But then she also appeared in another article. Because now, hence, she has this psychic ability. Or like she can sense ghosts, not psychic ability, but she can sense ghosts. So this is also off the mirror. Woman who married ghost discovers spirit at home of Lawrence. I do not know how to pronounce this. I'm gonna butcher it. Llewellyn Bowen. Brocade, who's a rock singer, married and divorced a ghost, and is currently filming a series about the paranormal, which I did not know. And this week went ghost hunting at Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen's haunted house in the Cotswolds. And I know I'm probably butchering that. A woman who married and divorced a ghost has discovered a female spirit at the home of Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen, who fancies him. Spooky rock singer Brocade famously then split from the ghost of a Victorian soldier. She is currently filming a series about paranormal activity. And this week, she went ghost hunting at designers Llewellyn Bowen's haunted house in the Cotswolds. Brocade says she felt the presence of a female ghost and she had a crush on the changing room star. She says Lawrence is also giving her relationship advice after she famously married a ghost herself. Brocade, from Oxfordshire, found herself taking fatherly advice from Lawrence about her choice of men. In the candid chat, Brocade admitted to Lawrence that her marriage to her ghost husband may have been a bit impulsive. Well, yeah. I think it's more than that. He made her promise him that she won't be seduced by any more spirits. Brocard said, luckily, I didn't attract any eligible ghost bachelors at Lawrence's house. I might have been compelled to marry them immediately. I'm not sure if Lawrence would have been willing to bless the marriage. I think he would make a great wedding celebrant, but sadly, the only dog collar on hand was for his pet Pooch. The only ghost present was female, and she had a crush on Lawrence. I suggested he should indulge in a ghost marriage himself, but he couldn't see it. Yeah. She says Lawrence made her promise that she wouldn't be seduced by any more ectoplasmic fancy men, as he felt her decision to marry Ghost was rash. Brocard agreed that perhaps she was a bit too open-minded and impulsive with her decision to tie the knot to a ghost. Lawrence agreed that you've got to try things once and have no regrets. He also said it was a feather in her cap, as she was likely the first to marry spirit. Brocade's encounter with a spirit was something that changed. I don't think there was another woman that married a spirit of a pirate too, as well, and she left him too. Something that changed the course of her life. And prior to meeting her ex-husband, Brocade admits that she was just recording her album and ghosts were not really on her radar. Her marriage captured headlines across the world. The star featured on the morning of her Halloween wedding, and her haunted nuptials were broadcast on television in an episode of Say Yes to the Dress with Tan France. Brocade is currently touring the world most haunted locations to conduct paranormal investigations. She recently got back from a revealing ghost hunt at the Downland Festival, where she resurrected the Download dog, and found Georgian aristocrat ghosts waiting to watch Busted. And that is it, guys, on her. I guess people that she meets are all they talk to her like married to a ghost is like the thing to do. Matthew goes, well, at least when you are married to a ghost, they are completely transparent with you. Kyle goes, I feel she was a big fan of the movie High Spirits. Delay it, Lex, what is up? Kyle goes, that all sounds like a Mad Lib. It does, but she's not the only woman that married a ghost. And there's also a woman that I had mentioned on previous stream that married a doll and had doll children. I do not know. And there's other people that are like dating dolls. So I don't know, like, is there like a lack of eligible bachelors or bachelorettes out there, or what? Or people just have high standards. I don't know what. I mean, I feel like Brocade wanted, like I had said earlier, she's an artist, so I'm assuming it's attention that she wants to get her brand out there in the world. But I don't know. I don't think that's something I would want to know about, but I mean, it is giving her attention, so maybe that is what she wanted. Wendy goes, "Do you get a prenup when you marry a ghost?" So, you'll get my car, you'll get my like, how? And then what do you expect when you marry a ghost too? Like, say, you decide to marry a ghost. Not like that's something I'm gonna do. I don't think any of you are gonna do that either. But what do you expect out of it? It's he's a ghost. You know what I mean? I just don't understand. I am just fascinated by it because I do not understand. That's like the one question is like, why? If I ever get to interview her, why? And I don't want to hear, oh, he was dreamy. I don't want to hear something like that. I want to hear like what, like why? Chris Barber goes, I heard about a dude that was in love with a car. Now that's what I've heard, people in love with like inanimate objects, like boats. I've seen that. I guess it's like there's people that are in love with like boats, a bed, a pillow. I've seen that. I've seen a program where there's people that do that. Wendy goes, can a ghost sign a pre? I still get. Panda Bear goes, ghosts don't need to sign a NDA. Definitely they don't. Heather whatever goes, no, you get a post nup. Kyle goes, some people saw the scene with Ray and a ghost in Ghostbusters and they say, hey, I want me some of that. Honey 2800 goes, divorce a ghost, get half of their grave or urn. I'm with you there, Chris. I guess to each his own. Gutter Girl goes, that ghost doesn't wear a wedding. Definitely. I mean, where is he going to put it? Matthew goes, boats are a commitment. Bust out another 1,000. I know boats are kind of expensive, and I feel like I see people with boats here, and I feel like, I mean, it's all good if you take it out every weekend, but I feel like, I don't know, unless you don't live by or near a lake, I feel like a boat is like a super expensive piece of property to own. Boats are cool though, but I feel like if you don't live next to a river or take river trips, I feel like it's just like a waste of money in some ways. Emily, thank you for gifting a membership. Welcome, Chrissy GW to the Wolf Pack, and hearts for Emily. Thanks again, Emily. I really appreciate that. But like I said, if I ever get to interview her, I am asking her why. Why? But as Chris says, I do agree, to each his own. I saw I don't want to see this ad. Apparently Tyrana, thank you for gifting one membership. Hearts for Tyrana as well, and welcome Marsha Haas to the Wolf Pack. Hearts for Tyranna M, the new Wolf Pack member. Thank you, Tyranna. So apparently, in my next article, someone has claimed they have caught the ghost of Queen Elizabeth in a photo. Kyle goes, is the will counting as the divorce agreement in those kinds of relationships? Honey 2800 in the Old Spice guy voice. Look at me. I married a ghost. Look away. Look back. I divorced the ghost. Look away. Look back. I'm a Cinderella. So in this article, is that you, Queen Elizabeth, late matriarch's lost ghost caught on camera at Windsor Castle? I will show you the photos. Is Queen Elizabeth haunting Windsor Castle almost 2 years after she passed at 96 years old? According to a royal fan who was on the premises as the building is open to the public, the late monarch was apparently captured in some snapshots that had been taken. I will show you the pictures after I read the article. I guess I could show it now. Here's one of these snapshots. So allegedly in this photo, this blurred white figure, they are thinking it's Queen Elizabeth's ghost. I'm very skeptical on this. Not to say that she's not haunting Windsor Castle. Not to say that the castle is not haunted, but I'm still skeptical when people take photos because there's a lot of people that edit things, and it kind of sucks for those people that do actually catch something and they're like, look, I catch something, and no one believes them. But I'm always going to have that. I'm always going to have a little bit of skepticism when it comes to this. I'm not saying that this place isn't haunted. But is it Queen Elizabeth? I do not know. RadarOnline.com reported the visitor spotted a white flash in their lens while taking the picture inside the castle. I'm not a believer in anything beyond the grave, but I don't think there's any arguing with these images. They told the outlet, I'm fully aware people will say this could be tricked of a lens or a light flash or whatever, but I've looked into it and it's highly unlikely the form in my image is any of that. It's clearly the Queen's spirit and she looks so unsettled. You can tell by the expression on her face. She looks like she's in limbo and lost. What expression are you looking at, bro? I don't see a face. Not to be making fun of you, but I do not see a face at all in these images. I'll come back, guys, and I'll focus on the image after I finish the article. But I do not see a face in those images that you have, that you took pictures of, where it appears. They added, I'm a royalist, and it was sad for me to think she is wandering around forever dressed in one of the outfits she used to wear on state visits. You can see she's got the old handbag, coat, and hat. I'm like, where? I'm stunned I captured this, and it's no wonder she's troubled. Look at the mess her family is in. She used to be the glue that held that institution together, and she now looks tortured over what is happening to it. It would not out of the realm of possibility, as various royal properties are said to be haunted, including Prince William and Kate Middleton's country home, Amner Hall. When the Prince of Wales and Princess of Wales moved to Amner Hall, it's more or less on the Sandringham Sandringham estate. There was a ghost there of a Catholic priest that lived there and was hanged, drawn, and quartered for high treason, and for some reason has returned to his home. Historian Richard Felix revealed on an episode of Hello, a Right Royal podcast. Although he was executed in New York, they've actually heard his voice, and they have seen the ghost of what they say is a priest wandering around Anmer Hall. Before the Wales moved in, they were warned about the ghost, and the comment was, I presumed from Prince William. He said, no old hall would not be complete without a ghost, would it? Felix added, which is true. I agree with him on that one. As Royal Observer previously reported, Felix's spirit is likely Henry Walpole, a Catholic Jesuit priest of the era who resided at the estate and was eventually executed in 1595, refusing to swear religious allegations to Elizabeth I as the supreme governor of the Church of England. It's also been claimed that Elizabeth and her sister, Princess Margaret, saw a ghost at Windsor Castle, which was believed to be their mother. The Queen's footsteps can be heard on the barefoot floorboards before her striking presence appears. Visit Britain's claims about seeing supernatural occurrences in Windsor Castle's library. So I'm going to go back to these photos. So here is a photo. I don't know if you could see it. Let me see if I can enlarge it a bit. So here is the photo. He says he could see the look on her face. And he says she has her handbag and she's wearing an outfit which I could see that, but I do not see a look on the face. Shelly, how's it going? Heather, whatever goes, I think she ought to haunt Harry with maybe a swift kick. Chris Barber goes, if it's a spirit, it could be anyone. Carol goes, all I see is a white mist. Matthew goes, all I see is a blur, which they use blur to make. Emily, thank you for gifting 5 memberships. Welcome, Mad Scientist, Joanna Quinn, Jane Gomez, Kim Medina, MK Creations, to the Wolf Pack. Hearts for Emily and all the new Wolf Pack members. Thank you, Emily. I really appreciate that. Thanks again. Matthew goes, Meg should be haunted. Wendy goes, sketch, but I don't throw out the thought that there must be activity. I don't know the history of the land nor property. I don't dismiss the possibility of that place being haunted. I mean, it's been around for ages. Shelly, thank you for being a member of the Wolf Pack for 11 months. Glad to be here. Hearts for Shelly, guys. Thank you, Shelly. It's been around for ages, so I feel like there's something there. I feel like it should have some type of activity. Is it the Queen? I don't know. The guy claimed, the person who took the photo has claimed that he sees her face in despair. I do not see a face. I mean, I do see like a white blur of it does look like her shape, like she's holding a handbag, but I don't see a face. But then there's a thing called pareidolia where your mind, thinks what you're seeing is what you're seeing. So I don't know. I don't know about this one. Leonard goes, I don't see a face. I don't see a face at all. So I'm like, and like I've been saying, like it's sad, for the people that do discover something legit when they're doing a ghost hunt or taking a photo, because there's too many people trying to get that attention and putting, adding things to their videos and adding things to their photos, which makes the actual legit ones hard to believe. And I feel bad about that, but you can't really trust what you see sometimes. Even if it is legit, you have to have that sense of skepticism. So I mean, I don't dismiss that the place isn't haunted, but Is it her there? It could be someone else? Um, that looks like a motion blur, like what Matthew said, like someone could have added that. It's hard. Heather, whatever goes sleeveless, she never went sleeveless in her life. True, it kind of does look that way. So it's kind of hard for me to believe these things. And Leonore goes, it's not her. It could be anyone. That building's been around for a long time. So, but the guy could have added it into his photos. I mean, he says he hasn't, and he does understand that people aren't going to believe him, but I'm still going to be skeptical about it. It's just, I don't know. It's just hard. And I am a believer of the paranormal. More so than I am of aliens and UFOs, but I'm still going to remain skeptical when it comes to these things. Like, I want to believe, don't get me wrong, I want to believe that this picture is legit. I do. But there's variables preventing that. Heather, whatever goes, if it's a cook or a worker, they better be getting overtime. So, yeah. Wendy goes, I like stories before internet and cell phones. True. But now, because of the internet, we're able to look up stories, which I like. But at the same time, I see why you would say that, Wendy, because of I see why you would say that. Wendy goes, if you know, you know. Yes, I see. I understand why you would say that. Brandon, what is up? Leonard goes, I want to believe, but this thing is sus. It is. It is. It is. Heather, whatever goes, except when we had cameras, sometimes you got a double exposure, 2 in 1. Yeah, sometimes cameras, like you could have got a lens flare. You could have got, even now you get those things. I follow this Facebook page that talks about like hauntings and all that kind of stuff, and people put pictures on there. And I'm like, there you go, guys, what do you think? Like I've always been, disturbed by this photo, and it's a photo of somebody like in front of their school project, and you see this hand just coming down, and it's not, obviously the person's hand that's taking the picture, but people, I was thinking it's got to be someone behind the art project. And then when you look at the comments, that's what they said. It's like, oh, you know what? It's not a ghost. It's someone standing behind the table where your project is, because you could see the hand is on the other side of the table. So, I mean, you just have to be, I know there's people out there that will believe, everything they see that they, in their picture is haunted, but not everything you see is a ghost. Emily goes, I would think Diana before Elizabeth. If it was Diana, I would say Diana would be with her sons. I feel like she would show herself to her sons and her grandkids more than she would be. I don't think she'd be walking around Windsor Castle. I feel like she wouldn't have. Wendy goes, visual physical proof, but yes, the technology is amazing, but I'm usually suspicious. Honey 2800 goes, nah, it's not Elizabeth. She is with her hubby Philip. I agree with you on that one. She was married to him for a very long time, so I do agree. Heather, whatever goes, I got cool effects from Polaroids. Sometimes they melted a little. Honey 2800, she missed him terribly when he passed. I don't blame her. She was with him for a very long time. Very long time. She was married to him for it's very rare to find people. I mean, we do still hear about it. People married for a very long time. So I get it. Like a person that's been with you all your life and all of a sudden he's gone. It's like, that's a piece of you gone. So I get it. I understand. That would kill me if that happened to me. You know what I mean? So Matthew goes, the queen knew about cars, would think she would take a part off so Megs could go nowhere. Heather, whatever goes right, she wouldn't hang with Charles. Kyle goes, the queen should be haunting her grandson. Heather, whatever goes, she would pinch Camilla. Tyrana goes, I agree. Lisa, Diana would be with her sons. Emily goes, I would think Diana would haunt. Well, what I've heard about Charles is he's always loved. Her name's Camilla, right? I don't know. I've just seen documentaries or TV movies or about them, so I don't know how truthful this is. But what I've seen of it through these biographies or whatnot, or however you call them, that he was always in love with Camilla, I think her name is, if I'm not mistaken. I don't really follow them too much. So I feel like, and he was kind of forced to marry Diana. So, which sucks in any right. Who wants to be forced to marry somebody? So I don't know how truthful that is. So it kind of sucks what he did to Diana, but at the same time, he's kind of forced into that situation. So I felt like he should have made the best of it, but I don't think he ever could. But like I said, I don't know how truthful that is. It's just what I've seen in biographies. It could be someone else's interpretation of the situation. So I'm not sure. Honey 2800 goes, they did not enter him. He was sitting on a beer under the church in the crypt area. They were entered together. Heather whatever goes, yes, he loved Camilla forever. Leonard goes, which grandson should be haunted? But but I don't know. I kind of, if that was the situation, you're forced into marriage, I kind of feel for that. Like, who wants to be forced marriage? But I know there's other countries that still do. I think there's other countries that still do that to this day, and there's people that make the best of it. So I mean, Panda Bear goes, it was because she was once married, and you can't marry a person who was once married. Oh wow. Shelly goes, Harry should be haunted. Ah, gotcha. He had to marry. Ah, okay, gotcha. He had to marry a pure person. So it's Heather, whatever. So I get it. So it's basically like the old times, the Renaissance periods where the kings had to marry. They couldn't marry someone that had bedded with someone else. Gotcha. That makes okay. I gotcha. It makes sense. Honey 2800 goes, if the queen is haunting, she would more than likely be trying to give William advice. Emily goes, haunt Harry and Megs. They deserve it. Leonore goes, we're not talking your ideas, just opinions. Yes, this is all opinion, guys. It's not. Chris Barber goes, there has to be an heir. Yeah, that too. And and it has to be a son. I'm pretty sure they still follow that that narrative. Heather, whatever goes, when I got married, the second time I had to get permission from the bishop to marry in the Episcopal Church, which was connected to the Church of England back then. Oh, wow. That is crazy. And I know I know this isn't spooky, but because we're talking about Chris Berg goes, not anymore, Lisa. Okay. But it seems like in England they are still doing that though, where the son it still kind of is, because the firstborn, so it's their dad, obviously he's King Charles now, and then there's the two sons, which is the one son kind of stepped away, so it's Harry, and then it's his kids, then it goes to Harry, then it goes to Harry's kids, I think, something like that, right? If I'm not mistaken, I don't really follow it, which is kind of similar to the Renaissance, the way it was back then, kind of similar. Leader goes, dun dun dun. Chris Barr goes, it could be a girl now. True. Yeah, I can. I forgot because Charlotte is in line. Heather whatever goes, Queen Elizabeth changed it for Charlotte. Harry, sorry. I don't follow it, guys. So pardon the mistaken with the people's names. Emily Perkins was William's first, okay? It would be William Harry's the second son. Honey 2800, William is firstborn and next in line then to his sons. Gotcha, guys. Harry got bumped to 5th or 6th in line because he jumped. Is it because William had kids, or is it because he left? He kind of left the monarchy, I guess you could say. I don't know. Because I'm sorry, guys, I don't follow this. I'm more... Mod Squad, what is up? What did I miss? We basically talked about just pretty much haunted things today. That was pretty much open topics. I didn't really have Heather whatever goes, because William had kids. The reason why we're talking about the royals, because someone had said they had taken a picture of who they thought was Queen Elizabeth in Windsor Castle, which we don't think it is. So now we're on a rabbit hole and we're talking about the royals. Shelly goes, Harry gave it all up. Panda Bear goes, because of William's children. Okay, thank you, guys. So we're kind of going down a rabbit hole. I apologize. Sometimes I do that. I kind of go with the flow. Heather whatever goes, Lisa is the improv queen. Yes, I am. Sometimes I go off my list. But sometimes you guys in the chat, you guys bring up some good points. So I'll start, when you mention something, I'll look it up even sometimes. Wendy goes, we are all nerds. Honey 2800, rabbit holes can lead to fun topics. Yes, they do. They do. I do, Emily. I do go with the flow. I do. I kind of go of what we're talking about. Leonard goes, ask where's the duck. I'll give you guys a few more minutes to find the duck, and then I will find I will reveal its location. Just remind me if I don't, but I'll give you a few more minutes. The Mod Squad Network goes, rabbit holes are sometimes the best. Actually, they are. They are. Because I found some cool articles because of rabbit holes. Heather whatever goes, where is the duck in the line of succession? Prince Duck. But I don't dismiss that the Windsor Castle, or the properties that the royals may own, is not haunted. I do think that they are haunted. Is it her? I don't think so. Panda Bear, the king should order Henry to divorce Meg and go back home, or divorce Meg and go back home, in my opinion, and that is me. I mean, everyone has a right to love someone, even if you know what I mean. I don't follow it. I don't really follow. I do know of it. I just don't. I'm not a big follower of it. Um, but I know a lot of people do not like Meg. I'll just keep it there. Wendigo, so much history's in those walls. Yes, if those walls could talk, yes. There's probably things we don't even know about that happened in those halls. Panda Bear goes, I don't follow much of it either. I don't. I'm not into it. I like looking at other things. Emily goes, I give up on that damn duck. I'll give you a few more minutes, guys, because I'm now on widescreen, so now you can see it better. But anybody watch any cool movies lately? Like I said earlier, while I was waiting for people to trickle in, I did see an early copy or early advanced copy, I guess, of A Quiet Place Day 1. I believe it hits VOD on July 28th. Not sure what. I'm assuming it's going to hit Paramount Plus, but I'm not sure when. I would wait for it to come out on streaming if you guys have Paramount Plus. I'm assuming that's where it's going to be, because it is a Paramount picture. Believe it. Yeah, it's Paramount. I would wait for it because it's not like the first two. Shelly goes, well, you guys, I did it. I made an appointment to get my redwood tattoo done. Oh, that is awesome, Shelly. Super cool. How exciting. Angelica, what's up? Leonora is going to see Wolverine and Deadpool. I've heard people said it was good. I'm probably going to wait for it to stream. Emily goes, I still haven't watched Abigail, but that's next. Abigail, I think, is on Peacock now. If you guys have Peacock. Panda Bear, I did watch The Land Before Time just for a good memory. That was where the one actress I had spoke about in the previous stream, how her father killed her and her mother and himself. That's the little actress that plays one of the voices on The Land Before Time. That story was sad. I know Shudder has some good. If you guys have Shudder, I've seen that Shudder has some good movies. Netflix, Frozen Empire, Ghostbusters on there. I had said that earlier. Just because I'm repeating again for people that weren't at the beginning of the stream. I haven't seen it yet. Gunner Girl had seen it and she said she liked it. It is on Netflix, so if you guys have Netflix, that's another movie you could put on your list for a movie that you'd like to watch if you feel like watching like a ghost movie. I don't consider Ghostbusters like a horror movie, but because it's not really like a scary movie, but a ghost movie. Kyle goes, we don't have peacocks, we have pigeons. Heather whatever goes, I'm related to Calvin Coolidge, who was said to be related to Henry VIII. If it's not related to the rest, it must be illegitimate. My thinking anyways. Oh, wow, that's crazy. Honey 2800 goes, if I was going to pay for Shudder, it would be to watch Dracula. Heather, whatever. Yes, guys, if you have Walmart Plus, it comes with Paramount. If you have Walmart Plus, which is like the Walmart's version of Amazon. I have it, so yes, it comes with Paramount Plus with your subscription. Carol goes, I'm related to John Alden and Priscilla Mullins. They came over on the Mayflower. Oh, wow, cool. I know, Kyle. I know you're joking. Trying to think of what's out there. Hulu has, if you guys haven't seen the first Omen, or Disney Plus, I think, because Hulu's owned by Disney. The first Omen was on there, which I did enjoy. It's on there if you guys have Hulu. I don't know what else is on Hulu. Hulu has some crazy horror, like original horror movies on there. Shudder, like I said earlier, has some crazy ones. I have to look up Shudder to see which ones. They announced that when there's a movie I really want to see, and I'm so sad because it's not going to be out on Shudder until September. It's called In a Violent Nature. It's like, I guess it got good reviews. It's like a Friday the 13th dupe. And then they announced at Comic-Con that there's going to be a second one, so In a Violent Nature 2. But it's not going to be streaming on Shudder until September 13th. And I was like, because I really want to see that one. Matthew goes, Ghostbusters comedy horror like Abbott and Costello. Panda Bear goes, I know that I'm related to a knight that was protecting one of the kings in England, but I've forgotten what the name was. I don't think I'm related to anybody. I just remember my grandmother saying her mom came here from Ireland. That is about as much as I know. So my great grandmother was full-blooded Irish. Honey 2800 goes, not Dracula, Dragula. It is a horror themed drag queen contest show. Ah, okay. Actually, that sounds cool. That does. And I know there's Long Legs, but I don't know when that's going to come to streaming. I do want to see that, but I don't know when it's coming. I usually wait for some of these to come on streaming. That one I'd like to see. There's also one, there was one that looked really cool that I saw a trailer and I can't think about it. Think what the name of, and it's coming out to theaters, I believe. Oh, I think it's an A24 film, but it looked really good. And I can't think of the name of it. And then I saw they just released another trailer for it. They released a teaser trailer for Terrifier 3. The poster's crazy. I don't know if you guys have seen the poster. If you guys Google it, it is a gruesome poster. I am looking forward to that movie. There's also, they released a trailer for Joker 2, for those of you who are into Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. It looks pretty cool with Lady Gaga. I'm not a big musical fan, so I don't like those musicals where they're washing dishes. I'm just using this as an example, where they're washing dishes and then they just go out on they start singing about them washing dishes. I cannot stand that. So I'm hoping the Joker isn't like that. That's the one thing I can't stand about musicals, where they just they'll be cleaning and they'll start singing about cleaning. Or they're cleaning and they're thinking about their long lost love and they're singing about their long lost love, something like that. And I cannot, I'm just hoping that's not what that does, but it looks good. Shelly goes, how come we don't have any female leads in the horror movies, where the killer is a she? Well, Shelley, one of the ghost face killers in the previous Scream movie was a female. So one of them was female in that, but I get what you mean. There's not that many female, well, no, there's another one. There's another, like, they've got revenge films, where it's a female. Oh, I forgot the name of that film. It's a revenge film. I digged my grave. That one. She gets, it's kind of like, it's a revenge film. It's not, I don't consider, it's not really horror, but it's a revenge film. She basically, something happens. She gets, I don't want to say what happens to her, but something happens to her and it's something bad. She gets R by a bunch of people and then she goes out and basically kills those people. So she's kind of, I don't know if you consider that a killer. But there's that. I'm pretty sure there's other ones too. I just can't think of it. There's a few. Spit on my grave. Thank you, Emily. I said it wrong. I couldn't think of it. Spit on my grave. Thank you, Emily. I dig my grave. Where did I get I dig my grave from? Thank you, Emily. Spit on my grave. It's kind of a gruesome movie. It's really bloody and gory. I liked it, but it's more of a revenge film than a I don't know, than like a a slasher type film if you think of it that way. But I agree with you, Shelley. There's not that many, and I feel like that would be a great twist if it was. But I do know in the last Scream, one of the kill, because there was two of them. One of them was a female. Carol goes, if you think about it, Jaws was a female shark. Angelica goes, I hate musicals. The only one I liked was Sweeney Todd. I keep being told that I need to watch Sweeney Todd, and I haven't. So I'm going to put that on my list. There's The Nun, but I forgot. Thank you, Heather. Whatever. Forgot about The Nun, but I feel like, I don't know. Nuns don't scare me. So, and she's more of a, I feel like she's more of like a demon type thing, like not an actual, like she's like a demonic spirit type of thing. I feel like not an actual, like slasher. I think Shelley's more asking like a slasher type horror type of thing, but female as the lead slasher. Kyle goes, there was a film on Netflix with a woman getting revenge on her cheating husband while he's at some remote hotel. I don't know if I've seen that one. It sounds familiar, Kyle. Emily goes, PTSD for what happened at the beginning. Yes. Leonora saying also Lisa watched the OG Sweeney Todd. That's right. And Plymouth, and Christine, she was the car, was a she, and she was a killer. You're right. Heather, whatever, girl, right, but the one who just divorced a ghost, who knows where she could end up. But yeah, true, Shelley. It's true. I mean, they might. The problem is now they're revamping older movies instead of coming out with new ideas. So I just want to see some new ideas. But I feel like what Shelley mentioned, like I said earlier, that would be a great twist. It's something you would not expect, because in so many horror movies, the main character, slasher, whoever it may be, is male, and usually have the female as the scream queen. So it'd be like a kind of twist on that. If they did it right, it'd be a cool twist. Gutter Girl goes, Lisa, have you seen Trap? No, I have not. Is that the one? Is that the one I'm thinking of? No, I have not. I don't think it's out yet. No. It's not out yet. If is Trap the M Night Shyamalan one? Is that the one you're talking about? Gunner Girl with Josh Hartnett. Honey 2800 goes dead silent. I think had a female ghost killer. I don't remember that movie. I did see it, but I don't remember it. Leonor goes, damn, I'm a woman and I call my car Scarlet. Nothing wrong with that, Leonor. That's a cool name. Gunner Girl saying, yes, that it's not out yet. No, I have not seen it. I do want to see it. I am a fan of M. Night Shyamalan. Josh Hartnett looks completely different in him. I did not even recognize him. I was like, dang, he looks different. I mean, you could still kind of see his face, but he does not have that face he had when he was younger. So he looks different to me. And then now I see him as interviews and I'm like, okay, I see him, but different. Honey goes, it had an evil ventriloquist dummy that was haunted by Mary Shaw. I have to rewatch that one, honey. I don't remember that one. I know I've seen it, but I can't remember it. Yeah, Emily, it's the one with Honey goes, yeah, it is the one with the dummies and the ventriloquists. Wendy goes, people, yeah, they do. People age differently. I kind of didn't I mean, he still looks the same. I still see him, but I don't see him as I remember because he used to be he used to be big. He used to be in all those movies back when I was younger. He's about the same age as me. So Matthew goes, the Happy Death Day Killer? Is the Happy Death Day Killer female? I don't think so. Isn't it the Happy Death Day? There's I don't think it's a female, is it? I love Happy Death Day. I don't remember the female being Babyface Killer is a girl. I love Happy Death Day. That's because there's oh, it is. I don't remember. I have to watch that movie again. It is. Matthew's right. The first one. I gotta watch it again. It's been a while. Honey 2800 Halloween Horror Nights based a haunt on Mary Shaw one year, I think. I think they did. Lizzie Borden. Yeah. Carrie. Well, Carrie, I feel like Carrie's a different entity in herself. I never felt like she was, I mean, yeah, technically, yeah, but I never felt like she had a power. So I don't feel like, I don't know, I never considered Carrie as a, I don't know, I never considered her as a killer. But technically she kind of is, but I never thought of her that way. Emily Parkinson's goes, urban legend was a female psycho. Yeah, I don't think she was evil. I just think that she just had enough. Like her mom was super religious and kind of never told her about, like things. Like she never knew about her, like, what happens with females at a certain age type of thing. So I kind of felt sorry for her. I never thought of her being evil. Matthew goes, Tales from the Dark Side episode Inside the Closet. Lizzie creature was supposed to be the homeowner's daughter, directed by Tom Savini. You could see what she looks like searching. Christine, Kyle, Matthew mentioned Christine, but it's a car, but female. Guys, real quick before I forget, Skeleduck is right where my finger pointed. He's got an eye on you. I kind of propped him on something. I was like, watch, he's going to fall like during the stream, but he didn't. It stayed up. So he is right there where my finger's pointed, right next to Bubbles the Peep. and my face hugger ornament. So he's right there. He's got an eye on everyone. True. Kyle, true. Friday the 13th, the first one, because it was Jason Voorhees' mom doing the killing. True. I totally forgot about that one. Emily goes, Crary wasn't evil, the bullies were. Exactly. She had enough. She just blew up, which I don't blame her. That happened to me in junior high school. I couldn't take the people, making fun of me, and I blew up. So I get it. I never saw her as evil. Heather Whatever, thank you for your super chat. Hearts for Heather Whatever, guys. Thank you, Heather Whatever. I appreciate that. That's okay, Heather Whatever. I appreciate it. Xenomorph. That's right, Kyle. Xenomorph is a female, an alien. True. The things I don't think of. Shelly, thank you for your super sticker of the cute lemon giving a hug, I think. Hearts for Shelly, guys. Thank you, Shelly, as well. Matthew goes, Carrie's more like a reactionary. Exactly. Gunner Girl goes, what's next to the green duck? The green duck, there's Cobra Kai, rubber duck, skeleton duck. I call it Cobra Kai duck because it reminds me of when the Cobra Kai is dressed up in the skeleton outfit. So it's a Cobra Kai skeleton duck. Then there's Thing, Electric Boogaloo. It's Thing's twin, because I have Thing over here too. That Bernadette had gifted me all of these when I went to Mad Monster. She gave me the alien duck, the Thing, and Cobra Kai duck. And then it's Sam's pumpkin from Trick or Treat behind it. I totally forgot about Alien and the Xenomorph. The things you think of when that's pretty, Shelly, that was a great question. And then Sam's there too. Sam and then my two skeletons, Larry and Larry, and I forgot what I named the other one. Kyle, the main girl from Teeth. Teeth sounds familiar. If you know, you know. Wendy wants to do press-on nails on Thing. Emily goes, where did she get Skeleduck? I want one. If you I don't know where she got it, but I know there's some on Amazon. You could probably find it on Amazon. She might have gotten it on Amazon, but I'm not sure. Or I know if you go on AliExpress and Temu, they probably have them. But you have to wait for the shipping because There's certain things I won't buy on those sites because they do steal people's ideas and sell them for cheaper prices, which I've seen. There's places that I buy from and I see a product on there and I was like, oh my God, they stole their idea. And then there's also and these are small businesses and they're trying to make a living and they got the site, taking their ideas. And it sucks. So there's some things I do buy off of Temu, but there's some things I don't. Honey 2800 goes, I want to go to Halloween Horror Nights when they had the trick or treat scare zone with a bag of candy in my purse and hand out candy to the scare actors and Sam. Oh, that'd be cool. I think I went to that one that year. Wendy goes, I like to do nails. It's a hobby. That's a cool hobby. All right, guys, any last minute questions before I end this stream? Honey goes, Thing would want simple black polish, possibly in a matte finish. He would. I think Thing would keep it simple. I agree with you, honey. Thank you, Lisa Boo. I appreciate that. Wendy goes, I take appointments. I wish. Thank you, Heather. Whatever. I appreciate it. Thank you, Tyrana. Matthew goes, why is Lewis not cool like you are? Thank you, Matthew. Appreciate that. All right, guys, I'm going to end the stream here. Thank you for joining me, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'll see you guys on the next one, which will be Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Be there or be squared. Stay spooky, guys, and sweet nightmares. And I will see you on the next one. Good night, guys, and thank you. And then Heather, whatever, before I leave, hold on, guys. One question. Did you see the Queen jump out of the plane with James Bond? No, I did not. I did not. Hug! Good night, guys! I'll see you on the next one. Thank you, guys.